In the next 5 minutes, I will show how you can uncover top-selling products and best-selling shops from one of the largest online e-commerce networks on the planet. And check this out. At the end of 2019, this single website had over 2.5 million sellers in 234 different countries, with annual merchandise sales volume of over $4.97 billion US. I mean, that's incredible, right? So what's this website? Well, none other than Etsy. In fact, experts predict Etsy's revenue will grow another 22% between 2020 and 2021. I mean, in 2019, 45.7 million people purchased goods on Etsy, where more than 40% of those buyers purchased more than one item. Can you imagine dipping your fingers into this massive pool of revenue? And especially during the recent pandemic, there has been a massive boost in online sales on Etsy, making it even more popular than ever in recent history. The bottom line is, the Etsy marketplace is an incredible treasure trove of analytic data. It's exploding with traffic, buyers, and sales, offering millions of top-selling products in thousands of different categories. But the big problem is trying to identify those top-selling products and best-performing shops for your own research. You basically need to be an analytic genius who's a master at the art of data crunching, costing you weeks of researching endless pages on Etsy. And the thing is, who has the time to do all this research when you're looking for solutions right now? Of course, you can always outsource it to someone that specializes in product research for like $500 to $2,000, and on top of that, try to decipher the pages of data they send you. You see, I was doing the exact same thing for years, spending thousands on analytic data and sometimes waiting weeks to get those reports. So I figured, why not build a software that does all the research in just a few clicks? I mean, a software that uses first-to-market features you cannot find anywhere else. And that's why I created Craft Inspector. Craft Inspector is a brand new, powerful 4-in-1 Etsy research software for uncovering top-performing shops and best-selling products in just minutes. All from a single desktop software in just a few simple steps. Enter your main keywords into the keyword generator and click go, and then pump out hundreds or even thousands of top search keywords directly from the Etsy auto suggest engine. Optionally, import keyword search volume, cost per click, and keyword competition data from free resources, as well as quickly see keyword trends at just a click of a mouse. Next, enter any search phrase into the product search tool to instantly pull back 26 different data points for every single product. And with a few clicks, you can instantly reveal the top number of sales, ratings, reviews, product tags, and 20 plus more other important metrics you cannot get with any other tool online. Preview products directly inside the data grid, in the HTML table report, or the HTML feed report. Having troubles trying to figure out what to search for? Well, no problem, we got you covered. Select from over 1,100 built-in categories to uncover the top performing products and shops in just seconds. Simply click one or more categories and Craft Inspector reveals the top selling products and shops across those given categories. No searching required, just click and go. I mean, it can't get any easier than that. Even narrow down your search results with shop location, ship to country, minimum and maximum price, page ranges, and how to retrieve the data. Even remove ads from the results or only extract Etsy ads to see what other marketers are promoting on Etsy. Here's another amazing feature. If you have some other resource where you like to browse Etsy products, just copy the text directly into our special link scraper tool and let Craft Inspector grab all the data for you. And don't worry, we show you some pretty awesome examples in our training videos. Now, we didn't stop there. You can also uncover the secrets behind any successful shop on Etsy using the shop search tool. Simply enter your keyword and instantly pull back 12 data points for each and every single shop in just seconds. From here, you can see the top selling shops with the most reviews. You can quickly inspect all of their external resource links to see where they're getting their traffic from, and instantly see which shops allow you to see their recent product sales with the click of a mouse. There is nothing on the planet that provides this amount of product and shop data from Etsy. And if you thought that was cool, Well, check this out. You can dig even deeper into any shop on Etsy using the built-in Shop Analyzer tool. For any given shop on Etsy, you can extract all of the shop product data in a single data grid and then instantly uncover top performing shop sections using the product grouping feature. In the world of Etsy and most other e-commerce networks, keywords or tags are the lifeblood of your shop sales. Including best tag keywords in your product pages is extremely vital to improving your natural and paid traffic. So I built in two amazingly powerful tools that help you uncover those profit-rich tags you need in your product pages. With a single click, you could instantly see all of the top tags across unlimited products or a group of products or products in a given shop section. Imagine instantly knowing which sections in a given shop are getting the most sales. Pretty awesome, wouldn't you agree? If you sell on Etsy, you can dramatically improve your SEO by instantly seeing if your product listings contain duplicate tags or even unused tags. Plus, you can also use the built-in Product Title Analyzer tool. With this tool, you can quickly identify profitable keyword phrases by analyzing keyword combinations in product titles, and then use those keywords in your own product titles, tags, and descriptions. And this will dramatically improve your traffic and sales to your product pages. It has never been easier to uncover unlimited top products and shops on Etsy than ever before using the Craft Inspector software. Stop spending hours researching or spending thousands on analytic reports and let Craft Inspector uncover the product secrets you have been looking for. Most product research tools charge monthly fees, but with Craft Inspector, there is only a one-time payment with no recurring payments ever. Plus, you get full access to all features in Craft Inspector with no limits. Unlike other software companies, we are not locking hidden features that can only be purchased in a Pro or Elite software version. With Craft Inspector, you get full access with no limits and no monthly payments whatsoever. During this special discount offer, we are also including a commercial license allowing you to use the software to conduct product or shop research as a service for your clients and keep 100% of the income. I mean, just imagine in just a few hours from now, you could be selling research reports on sites like Fiverr for $100, $500, or even thousands of dollars. Plus, you will also get an outsource license allowing you to install the software on 10 computers for you and your team, including partners, support staff, employees, or your outsourced team. But wait, there's actually more. If you decide to take action during our discount period, you will also get 4 additional bonuses showing you how to start and run your very own Etsy business, as well as how to promote your offers using Facebook. Now remember, after this discount period ends, the price will increase and you will miss out on this incredible deal. You can even try out Craft Inspector for 30 days, and if you are not satisfied in any way, we'll refund your order with no hassles whatsoever. Start taking your product research to the next level and let Craft Inspector uncover the top selling products and shops from the massively popular Etsy marketplace. Thanks for your time, and thanks for choosing Craft Inspector. In this video, I'm going to show you a new feature I've integrated into the Craft Inspector version 1043. So along the left-hand side here in the main menu, you'll see the settings button. Now, if you don't see the word settings or any of these words, if you hit that little expander thing at the top there, you'll see the words show up. So go ahead and click on settings, and you'll notice a new feature in here, connection limits. So you can see the first one here in the settings is downloading threads. Basically, you can have the ability of setting the number of downloading threads that you can have at a given time. Basically what that means is how many products can you download at the exact same time when you're extracting data within the product search or the shop analyzer tool. Now, what we've done here is we added the connection limits. So after a certain amount of web connections, now you have the ability to pause the extraction from up to 10 to 60 seconds. Now, the reason we put this in here is because Etsy is starting to limit the amount of concurrent web connections that can happen at a given time on their website, so it doesn't sort of overflow their site sort of thing, but it's no big deal, and this works extremely extremely well with this software. It's automatically turned on, but you can come in here and set the settings to whatever you'd like, or even turn it off and continue using the software. Let me just demonstrate. So after 50 web connections, it will pause between 10 and 60 seconds. And I'm going to use just 5 downloading threads. Click apply. Let's type in a generic word like wood, 3 pages, and go ahead and click search. So you can see it goes and gets the initial searches here. It grabs all of the items. Now you can see there's 5 downloading threads happening at the same time. And we've already gone through 18, 21 products. These can be considered as web connections. So after 60 connections here, no, sorry, we had it set at 50, it'll start pausing. So after 50 connections, there we go. Now it's going to pause between a random number between 10 and 60 seconds. And if you have that turned on, now you can just kind of leave this in the background for a little bit, and you can have a list here of like 600 to 1,000 or whatever items, and it will get through the entire thing without any hiccups at all. If you're not using that settings feature, that pausing feature, you'll find that when you're doing your search, you'll have a lot of not extracted show up down here. That's because that limitation Etsy is putting in their website recently, but that's no big deal. All you have to do is use the settings and use these connection limits, and everything will be just fine. Or you can pause anytime you want or stop the extraction. And if you want to continue off where you went and get this data that's not extracted, you can see here, just click the more button and go extract not extracted data, and it will continue off where it left off. Of course, you can click stop, or it will do its pausing thing if you have it set in the settings. Now, this is the same thing in the shop analyzer tool. A lot of times a shop will have like, 1,000 listings or something like that. So if you want to analyze all their listings, it's a good idea to use that pausing feature. So I can go ahead and analyze this shop, and we'll see it has 687 active listings. So that's quite a bit. So I just pause there for a little bit, and you can see that 687 products, and now it's going to go through and start to download the data for all of these products. So it's a good idea to put that pausing feature into play here so it can get all this data completely uninterrupted, and you can just sort of, just wait for a bit and it'll eventually be all downloaded. So that's a new feature we've integrated into the software to make sure it works smoothly and gets all the data that you need. Hopefully that helps. And thanks for using Craft Inspector. Inside the Craft Inspector software, there is a keyword generator tool. Let's go ahead and show you how to use that here. So what we can do here, all you have to do is enter in your seed keyword, your main keyword for whatever niche you're working in. So let's say, for example, it was forged. So we put forged in there, and we can go ahead and click go. And what it's doing, it's going out to Etsy.com and gathering the auto-suggest keywords. Now, while that's working there, let me just show you what I mean. If you go to Etsy and you type in the word forged, you're going to see all these keywords that show up here. But if you actually type in the letter A, you'll get some words, and then B and C, and so on and so forth, and you'll get a whole bunch of keywords that are being generated directly from Etsy's auto suggest engine, which basically tells you that these are the most searched keywords for that particular seed keyword when you append the alphabet to it. So that's basically what it's doing here. And you can see just from the single keyword, we were able to generate 200 possible ideas that we can look into, further research. Now, there is another option where we can do a deep search. Now, the deep search appends 2 characters. So it will be like, if we bring back up Etsy real quick, so it'd be like if you put A, and then B and C, but you can see it doesn't come up with as many keywords, but it can, and it does take a little bit longer. So we can try that as well. So if we put forged in here and do deep search, and it does take quite a while. As you can see here, it has to go through 1,406 different variations. So you can see now it's going and searching different variations with 2 letter combinations all the way through the alphabet. So it does take a little bit of time, but as you can see here, we're already closing in on 300 keywords really, really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop that so you can stop the execution, and I could show you some additional features in here. So in the keyword generator, you have the ability to sort each column. Now I do actually want to explain what rank means here. So let's go back to Etsy, and if you type in forged and the letter A, you're going to see some of these keywords coming down. So what it's saying here is that the next searched most popular search keyword is going to be forged axe, and then forged all, forged axe head. So this is rank 1, rank 2, rank 3 for this particular seed keyword. And so in here you can see the seed keyword, and then this is the #1 rank that showed up when you put it in there. So if you actually type in forged 3, go back there, you go forged 3, you'll see that 3D shows up. So that's the #1 ranked word that will show up for that particular seed keyword. So this gives you an idea. These are the #1 ranked keywords for the seed given. So this gives you an idea that these are the most searched keywords on Etsy according to the Etsy suggest engine. So you can see just how powerful that really is. Now we have some other options here as well. You can quickly just sort the columns just by clicking the top row here, just at the very top of the title cell in the column. You can also filter really quickly by using the quick filters. If you just click this little search button, it'll show a bunch of options here you can select. For example, if you want to see all the rank of less than 3, you can quickly do that. Now, if you'd like to do it manually, you can actually type in what you want up here. So say if you wanted to see less than 20, you can apply it like that, or greater than 20 like that. You can also clear the filters from this particular column as well. In the columns that contain text, you can quickly search just by clicking the search, and you can search right inside. So if you want to see only words that has the letter or certain word, like copper or something, you can quickly see how quick it is to search within a column. It's really awesome. Now, if you need to copy the keywords really quickly or save them, it's really simple. If you want to copy them, all you have to do is right click, and under the copy option here, you can copy all these selected rows. Selected means the ones that have the check boxes here. And if you want to check a row, all you have to do anywhere in that row, just double click and it'll automatically select it for you in that check. You can also just click the little check box up here, and you got options to select all the rows, unselect them all, just select the highlighted ones. The highlighted ones are the ones that you have highlighted like so. It doesn't matter which cell in the row is highlighted. To highlight multiple rows, you can hold down the shift key. To individual rows, you can hold down the control key, and now we can do things like that. And so what you can do is you can copy the ones that are selected. Again, selected means the actual checkbox is selected. And you can also do all the rows to clipboard. The highlighted, again, is the ones where you have the kind of highlighted like so. You can also do copy selected keywords to clipboard and all keywords to clipboard. So we can just select like that, and now all the keywords are copied. So if you bring up a notepad and paste, there they are. You also have those options just down below under the file. And here you can actually save all your keyword data to a project file. The project file is specific to only the keyword generator. So it's a keyword generator project file. So you can go ahead and save it and load it. You can save to comma delimited file, just a plain text. You can save just the keywords. So these ones here are saving all the columns. And the same idea here with what we had with copying. So this is a very powerful tool for getting all the keywords that you specifically need during your research for looking at products and shops on Etsy. In the keyword generator tool, we have the ability to import additional information, specifically the search volume. Now we have two different options here. So you can see once you got your keywords generated, you'll see this little button down here. You click search volume, and you have the option to import free search volume data from two different sources. First one is searchvolume.io by Storybase, and of course the free Google Keyword Planner. Now with searchvolume.io, you're only allowed to do, I think, 800 keywords per day if you have a free account, if you use it for free. If you have a paid account, then you can do more. Of course, the Google Ads is probably the best one, the Google Keyword Planner, I mean. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you with the Google Keyword Planner first here. And so the way that works is right now we only have 271 keywords, where Google allows you to paste up to 2,500 keywords at a time. So you can actually select how many keywords you want to grab per set, and it will just make the sets for you automatically. Now, given there's only 271 here, it's only going to do the first 271 because it's not more than 800 or more than 2,500. But let's say we had 3,000 keywords, it would make two sets. The first set would be, if you have it here, be 2,500, and the second set would be the remainder of the amount, so it'd be 500. So anyhow, let's just show you how it works. Once you got selected here, all you need to do is just select the copy button, and when you select the copy button, we have instructed the software to open the browser when clicking the copy button. So if you do that, it'll open up the browser and it will go directly to the keyword tool there. Sorry, there we go. Went directly to the keyword planner. I'm already logged into my account, so it just automatically went there. Now, I believe in order to get a Google Ads account or to use the keyword planner, you need a Google Ads account and you need a Gmail account. And I believe the only requirement to get access to this free tool is you have to enter in a credit card. But I believe you won't get charged or anything like that unless you actually use the Google Ads platform to generate paid traffic. Then you have to pay. I think that's the only requirement. So you kind of need a credit card, and you just got to enter it in here. Now, I have to be honest. I set up my Google Ads account probably nearly 15 to 20 years ago. So I'm sure it's changed since then, and it might be a little bit different. But from what I can see on the internet, is all you need to do is you can create an account if you have a Gmail account, a Gmail email, and then you can just enter your credit card. Anyhow, let's go ahead and click here, Get Search Volumes, and all you have to to do is right click and paste. These are all the keywords and started. And sometimes the keywords will show a little bit of an error. There might be some weird characters in it or something like that. All you have to do is just click remove those keywords. It's really straightforward. And they provide you that right in here. But anyhow, once you get to this part here, what you want to do is you want to click over here. Sorry, you want to go to historical metrics right here. Click that. Then you want to go over here and you want to download the historical metrics for a CSV, comma delimited file. So we're going to go ahead and save that to our computer. And one cool thing you can do is I want to save it somewhere, but I'd like to save it where my software resides. So I'm going to go over here and there's a little button here. It says open working folder. So I can do that. And at the same time that I click that button, it also copied that working folder directly to my computer clipboard. So now I can go back over to the browser. It's saying, where should I save this? I can just click in the address bar up here, right click and paste, and that's where I want to save it. So hit the little button there. Let's go ahead and save it here. But it doesn't actually really matter where you save it. I just kind of like saving it where the Craft Inspector software is. In any case, once you have it saved, you just need to go to where you saved it. Then you just drop it right into here and then go back to the software and you'll see you have the monthly searches, cost per click, and the competition. And now you can easily sort and see which one has the most searches. And you have to remember that this data is coming from Google. So these keywords were generated from Etsy, but this data is coming from Google. So it's not, this doesn't tell you how many times this was searched on Etsy, just on Google. But nevertheless, it still gives you an additional sort of insight into these keywords on which ones you can start targeting on your Etsy store or in your research in general. So, you know, if you think if there's 6,600 people searching for this, or 6,600 searches per month for this keyword, it's probably a good idea to use that. I guess not forged in, or forged of fire. Oh, you probably could use forged of fire somewhere in your tags, for example, if you do some sort of forged products on Etsy, or if you're just doing research for something else. So anyhow, that's how you get additional data. Now, if you use the search volume IO, you do not get the cost per click or the competition. They just provide you the monthly searches. So that's the limitation from that other source, but it's basically exactly the same. Let's go ahead and clear that out. Actually, I have another one open here. Let's try the other ones. Let's go search volume. Let's do the story based one. So it's right here. It's selected, copy, and it'll bring you straight over there. And it's verifying that I am not a bot. I go right click and paste, submit. And you're allowed to do 800 searches per day, I believe. So again, let's download this. I'll download it in the same spot. And here it is. And we just go ahead and drop it in. Now we have the monthly searches from there. And you can see here as well that it actually correlated with Google that this is the top searched one. They're saying it's 12,000 times per month. So a little bit different data coming from different sources, but this gives you additional insights onto your keyword research. Now let's show you how to use the product search tool. So that's along here, the product search tool. You can also, if you don't want to see the column here, if you want to make a little bit more room, you can also click this little button up here and it'll kind of just make little icons for you. So we'll just do that for now. So inside the product search, you got three options here. We're going to talk about the Etsy for searching Etsy using a search phrase. So let's say, for example, we put in the word cooking. We can select the category and you go in here, there's 1,105 categories to select from. And of course, you can just start typing and we can find what we want. So say if we want to do kitchen and dining, we can search in that category. You can search the shop location if that is what you want to do. Like say, for example, I just want to look in Canada, do that, and it takes a bit to see, and you can just select what you want here. I'm just going to go ahead and just leave it as anywhere. You can also do the ship to country. So you have a lot of different options here as well. The minimum and maximum price, the page range. So these are the number of pages to search on Etsy. You can sort by the relevancy, the most recent, high and low price. And you can also select to include advertisements. So when you're on Etsy, some of the results will actually be, go to Etsy here, type in forged, you will see the results, and underneath here you'll see add by here, add by there. These are ads. So in the results it does show ads. If you're interested in just seeing the ads, you can do that as well. Include ads, ads only, so you can kind of see what other guys are promoting on Etsy. That's kind of cool, but I'm just going to remove them from now and let's go ahead and search. So this is a very powerful extractor. What's happening now, it's going in and it found 48 items from the first page and it's extracting an incredible amount of data for each and every product using multiple thread technology. Right now I'm downloading 5 at a time. You can also change, if you click the settings here, you can select the number of threads you would like to use in the software, which basically is how many products do you want to download at a given time at once. So that's what that is. I usually like having it around 5. It depends on your internet connection. If it becomes a little bit too sluggish, too slow, then I suggest reducing the number of threads. So once we got that, you can see we got an incredible amount of data, lots and lots of data. Let's go through some of it. You've got got the listing ID, so you can go ahead and you can click and go take a look at the product. You have the rank position, the position that it showed up in the search results on Etsy. That's obviously very powerful. You got your title, category, the search phrase that we used here, the category or the source. So this source is if you did it from the Etsy search or categories or the main or the manual. There's the price, shipping, price plus shipping, rating of the product, whether or not it was an ad, when it was listed, the number of hearts. I would say hearts is one of the most valuable things because it's a true way of telling how much, value that product has, because people usually don't give a heart unless they purchased it. So that's a very powerful piece of information there. You have the number of reviews for the actual product, the shop name, the section ID that it resides in, how many reviews the shop has, the total reviews, the location, how many sales the shop has in total, the number of years the shop has been in business, whether or not that item was a bestseller, how many are in the basket right now. That's obviously pretty cool. So you can sort by that. You can see all these have over 20 right now. How much stock is remaining for that product, the tags that the user are using. So if you actually selling on Etsy, you know how important it is to have tags. So you can actually see the tags and you can actually see the duplicate tags. So when you're selling on Etsy, you have these tags at the very bottom of a given product. So if you just type one of the products and you get at the very bottom and you can see all the tags used. But some of these tags are actually just category names. So then you got the ability to use 13 tags. And some people will actually use a tag that's the same as one of the other category tags. Well, you don't really want to do that in Etsy. It's kind of duplicating a tag where you can take advantage of that extra tag by putting another keyword in there. So this software will actually identify which ones are duplicate. So you can see, okay, these three products are using aprons as a duplicate tag. So you can also see the number of tags used. This particular person didn't even use any tags, which is not very smart. Then you also have the description. And as with the keyword generator, you have all these quick filters up here. So anything you want, just go ahead and you can quickly filter what you want, things like that. You can also manually put the filters in here. We'll provide another video that talks more about the filters in general. Another feature that we've integrated into the software is the ability to view images directly inside of this grid. So you click that and you can see the images. This particular technology was really difficult for me to integrate because it would use up all of your RAM if I let all these images load. So the way this works is in this part here, this is called the viewport. So whatever items you can see is called the viewport. So all the items above the viewport and below actually don't have the image. So as you see, as you scroll, or if you go really fast, there's no images, but they load. So sometimes this can be a little bit slow on your computer, but it still gives you an idea of seeing them really quickly if you have a fast internet connection, because these are downloading directly from Etsy as you scroll. You can also make the size of the images a lot bigger. So that's a pretty cool feature. But if you're having a little bit difficulty with this due to internet connection, no problem. Just you have another two options I've provided that are just awesome. So down at the bottom, you can hit preview. So you can preview this in an HTML table. So if you click that, it goes into a nice convenient table. You can see the images, you can sort the rows, and you can just hover over top and you can see the larger images really quickly. So this gives you another way to browse very fast. You can sort, you can even sort by keyword as well. So pretty cool. Another one you can do if you go preview in the feed format, and this kind of looks like browsing on, say, Pinterest or Facebook or something like that. So now you got like these card views, and you can also sort the top: original order, shop sales, reviews, hearts, price, in basket, and you can quickly see all the data you want to see here: bestseller, free shipping. So it's just another way that you can view the actual product. That's really awesome. Another thing you can do in here is you can analyze certain keywords. So like I was mentioning before, tags are very important, as well as keywords within the titles and descriptions. So what we've done here is we've created two analyzer tools. So I want to just show you how to use it within the product search, and this can be used within the category search and the manual search. But just quickly, if you, let's say for example, you go ahead and select all and you go analyze product tags, it quickly got all of the product tags and it showed how many times that particular tag occurred in all of the listings, the percentage that they occurred, and the average hearts per tag, which gives you a value of that word. How valuable is that word? How many hearts did that product get every time that tag was used? So this information is incredibly powerful when you're marketing on Etsy or actually just doing any research for e-commerce. This kind of data is not given anywhere. This is very, very powerful. And you can also select different kind of ranges of products. So let's say, for example, it's unselected all. Let's say you're only interested in products that are less than $20. So now I want to look at just those tags. Now you can see less than $20. So you can really narrow down whatever you want and analyze those tags. Now you do the same thing with the product titles. In the product titles, what this does, it looks at the word combinations of all the selected titles. So if you go, I want to see, look at 3 words. These are the 3 word combinations and how many times they occurred. Of course, we don't have that many selected. So if we just clear out the filters, select all, now try to analyze the keywords. Apron cooking gift occurred 4 times in all of those, on all those titles. So it gives you an idea. And also, you also get average hearts. So another way to really close in on finding those really powerful words to use in your marketing. Now, one thing you can do here as well is, you notice this button up here that says more data. Now, what does that mean? What more data means is it can go out and extract the information again. Let's say, for example, you saved this data. You can go file, and we save this project file, and let's just save it here. And say later on, and say like a month or something like that, you wanted to go back and recheck those products. So let's just clear this out. Say hypothetically it's a month from now, and I go here, okay, I want to go and load that file that I saved a long time ago, and I want to see the data if it's been updated. So like some of this data might be changed. For example, the price might change, more orders, more reviews, more hearts, things like that. So all you have to do is you can go more data, extract data for all rows, or just extract for non-extracted data if that's found inside there, or the selected or highlighted. Selected is if the row is selected, so it'll just get more data for the selected rows, meaning the checkbox is selected. And to select the row is really simple. You can either just click the checkbox or just double click anywhere in the row and it will highlight the row for you. Or you can go ahead and you can use the options up here by clicking the little checkbox, select them all, like so. But usually you'll probably just be mostly using this. So let's go ahead and we can go ahead and extract data for all the rows, and we'll go out and re-extract all the data, getting it nice and fresh for you so you can go ahead and save it again to your computer. So that's what the more data is. And you can access the more data as well from right-clicking and accessing the data here. And the more data is provided in all of the tools inside of Craft Inspector. Few other options, you can right click and you can actually search the web for all sorts of different things. So it takes, for example, if you go search Google, oops, we got to first select a column, and you can go ahead and search Google. And it takes the title and it searches Google. And of course, you can search all of the other ones listed here. In addition, you can also send the tags to the keyword generator. So now you put all the tags here. So now you can go and quickly generate keywords for each one of these inside of the keyword generator, giving you an incredible amount of keywords to look through. So a very powerful feature as well. The next option in the product search tool is the categories. So we talked about the Etsy one in the previous video, and this one we're going to talk about categories. So in here we have 1104 categories built right into the software. And if you want to just go ahead and search one of the categories without putting any keyword in there, this is how you do it. And it's pretty cool. You also have the other options down here similar to searching by keyword. But in here we can just select a category or go down into a subcategory and select a category in here, like say candle making or something like that. Select the page range. You can also remove ads, or you can see include ads if you want, and just go ahead and click go, and it goes to that particular category and it's grabbing the items in that category, and again getting all of that data, extracting for each and every one. So it's extremely powerful, and this has got to be the easiest way to analyze products on Etsy, because you don't even have to enter a keyword in. You just got to select a category and see what's going on in that category, see which products have a lot of sales, a lot of reviews, a lot of hearts. Extremely powerful. So you can see we got everything here, same as we did for when we searched by keyword. And what's nice in here is if you just click here, you can actually search the keyword, the categories, because there are 1100 of them. It's kind of hard to go through all of them. So you can just go ahead and start typing. So say if you want to look at like cooking or something like that, it'll automatically just find it for you. There we go. If you want to cookbooks or kitchen, or let's say we want to look at like shirt, for example. So hoodies and clothing and shirts and tees for men. So, and just like with the Etsy search, like in the previous video, you can also preview this in the HTML table, and you can hover over here, or you can do the feed view, which is nice. And all the other stuff that I talked about in the previous video is also applicable to this particular thing. That you're technically still in the product search tool. We're just using categories of search as opposed to the keyword. Another feature here is if you come into categories here and you want to actually see this particular category, first thing you have to do is you have to left click the highlight to get it blue there. And then you go right click and go view category, and it will take you directly to that category on Etsy. So you can quickly just browse it this way if you choose. So that's another cool little thing you can do there. And of course you can check all, expand all. I would recommend not searching more than a couple categories at a time, because it will take a long time to search through all of that. So you got to kind of limit your searches sometimes, because it only can go so fast, and depends on your internet connection as well. The next tool I'm going to show you is the manual input inside the product search tool. So this one's actually pretty cool. Let's say, for example, you have a source of Etsy product links from some other method, maybe using another tool or some other way that you like to look at products on Etsy, or maybe you just copy them directly from Etsy. You may have your method, but this is where if you can just enter in your own links. They have to be Etsy product links. Etsy product links, say etsy.com, they say /listing, and then you have a number after it. So that's what they look like. And once you put it in there, you can go ahead and extract the data just like the other tools, and it'll go ahead and grab all that information for each and every product just like that. So pretty awesome. And of course, everything else that comes along with the other tools in here inside of the product search tool, you also get access to, like the file saving, preview, filters, all that kind of stuff. So this is how you use the manual product search. It's very, very simple and easy to use. If you get access to other links, just go ahead and plug them right in there. Here's another really awesome tool that I put inside the manual section here in the product search tool. If you click this content button, what you do here is if you put any content in here that contains Etsy product links, it will extract it for you. Now, let me show you how useful this can be. So let's go ahead and just take a look at, let's say for example, you're just on Etsy, right? And you're doing your searches or in some sort of place where you want to see all of the data extracted for all these products. Well, what you can do is you can actually just right click, view source, and you can do this in any web browser. Right click or select all, Control A is select all, so you can select all the content in here. Now you can go right click and copy. Sorry, my computer's being a little bit on the slow side right now. Copy. Now you come back over here and you can click the paste button and all that data is in here. Now I can tell Craft Inspector to extract all the product links from there, and boom, it found 64 product links, and we can go ahead and extract the data for everything we saw on that Etsy page. Pretty awesome, right? But let me show you another thing that's really cool. Let's go back here and let's just close some of the pages out here. It's getting kind of crowded. And let's just go to Google and let's use the power of Google, because Google is obviously one of the most powerful search engines in the world. And what you can do is you can use Google to find products. So check this out. If you use a special search parameter, type the word site, S-I-T-E, a colon, and then type in etsy.com/listing and slash. Now let's type a space, and inside of double quotes, let's add our seed keyword. So let's say we're looking at products to do with fishing. That's our particular niche. Hit enter. And now Google, what it's doing, it's returning all of the products it found on Etsy that contain this in the actual link. So I know that if it contains /listing, it's actually a product listing. And it only has to do with fishing. Now, when you put double quotes around a word in Google, you're telling Google, I only want to see results that actually contain the word fishing. And if it doesn't contain fishing, I don't want to see it. So these are a crazy amount of products. Look at all that. Google, I have my Google account set to show 200 results at a time. I believe you can do that in your settings somewhere. I can't remember offhand how to do it. But anyhow, you go in here and do the same thing. You can right click, view page source, and then Control A to select all, right click and copy. Go back over here. So I'm just going to clear everything out here. Clear everything out, content, clear everything out, and you can right click and paste, or again hit the paste button. Now extract links, and boom, it just found 100 products in there. Now go ahead and extract, and what we're doing now is we're actually extracting all the product data for products that are showing number 1 in Google for that search. And remember, we were searching specific for fishing and only for product listings on Etsy. So this gives you another way to really dial in your research to uncover those products that you probably would have never found just using Etsy or some other search engine. But this is what sets Craft Inspector apart from other tools like this on the internet. In fact, I don't think I've seen any other tool online yet to this day of recording this video that can do this type of thing. So again, you get all of that awesome data that you can generate from the categories in Etsy search, but you can get your links from anywhere you want, as long as that data that you put in here into the Extractor tool, as long as it contains Etsy product links, it will get it out for you, and then you can go ahead and generate that massive amount of data for this particular, for all those products it finds. Pretty awesome. Next, we're going to talk about the shop search tool. So in the left-hand menu, if you go to shop search, click that, you come here and minimize the menu bar. And I'm going to talk about how to search for shops using a keyword. So it's fairly self-explanatory here. Just go ahead and type in your seed keyword, let's say your search keyword, I should say. I'm going to look for forge, or let's say forged. And now go ahead and search for the page range you want. And you can do alphabetically, most recent, relevancy. I'm just going to stick with relevancy and click search. So now it's going out and grabbing all this information directly from Etsy. And we have a whole bunch of awesome data here that you can use in your research when you want to research particular shops. So you can get the rank position, the name, owner, the amount of items, sections, hearts, sales, reviews, how many members are in their team, shop location, title, even external web links that you can go and do some further investigation and research on particular shops. So like Facebook, their website, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, like you got awesome data here. And as with the product search, you can also see the shop images directly inside the grid, and you can change the sizes like so. Now, if you're having troubles with this particular feature, because you do have to have a fast internet connection, sometimes this can cause troubles if your internet is not fast, you can go ahead and just use the preview down here, just like in the other tool. You can preview two different ways in the HTML table. So you can see in a nice table format where you can sort, you can search, you can view the image bigger, just by hovering over top. In addition, you can view it in the feed format by sales, and you can sort by reviews, hearts, items, search as well. And it gives you all this information. You can see their external links. So you can go to Facebook and you can do more investigations of what's going on here on Facebook and all the other different links. So very powerful. Another really awesome thing here is on Etsy, some product shop owners will allow people to actually view their sales, their recent sales. And you'll see that some links here in the shop sales column will actually be links. Some of them are not, some of them are. So this particular seller is not allowing you to see their sales, but this one is. So if you click there, you'll be able to see all the recent sold items that particular shop did. Now, from my research and looking through endless amounts of pages on Etsy, if you go through too many pages at once, Etsy will recognize you're looking at too many shop sales pages, and they will limit your limit your access to viewing sales for I think 24 hours or something like that. So you'd have to do it a lot though on here. You have to search a crazy amount of pages before that would happen, but that gives you another cool thing to do. You can actually see all the recent sales and what products they're selling. You can also go look at the reviews, the owner, and as well as the shop name, all sorts of wicked stuff. So you can, as with the other tools, you can go ahead and you can save this to project file, CSV, text, and you can also export this data into the HTML files, which are the data file and the feed files. And what's really awesome about this, if you're doing research for another company, you can actually extract this, you can provide this data to your clients. So let's say, for example, you want to provide this particular file, you can just save it. And I want to go to where I just saved that. So I can click on any file button and go to open last working folder. And that's where I just saved it. And you can see there's that table report right here. Now you can take this actual report, this file, and you can deliver it to your customers exactly the same as a PDF file or a Word document. Just give it to them, and all they have to do is when they get it through email, they can put it on their computer, they double click it, it just opens up inside of their default web browser, and as long as they have an internet connection, they can view all of this just like a file, like any other file. And I think this type of file, a self-contained HTML file, is much more powerful than a PDF, because in the PDF, you can't sort, you can't search, you can't hover your mouse over top and view images. Much more powerful much more powerful report to deliver to your clients than a PDF, in my personal opinion. And not only that, you can also do a report like so. You can actually show them in a feed format, like in cards. This is a card format. So this is very powerful, and your clients will be very, very impressed with the quality of the reports when they receive it, because they'll never see anything like this before. They're expecting maybe some sort of Excel document or something like that. I mean, you can deliver that as well. You do have the options to save this to CSV as well as text. So that's pretty awesome. Now, when you save it as a project file, you can only load it back into the shop search tool as a project file. So this is a specific file to only this particular tool. So you can't really deliver this to your clients. This is just for inside the software. And as with all the other tools, you also have the quick filters from the top. So if you want to search, you just type, or if you want to select quick filters that are predefined, or you can actually just put your own in there. I will make another video to explain how to use the filters more in depth. In the shop search tool, you also have the manual option. So this is where if you have basically a list of product or shop links, you can paste them in here. For example, this is what shop links look like. They got Etsy.com. Sometimes they have a country thing there, then shop, and then a shop name. So if you have like links from some other software or some other source, you can just put them in here and go extract data. And I'll quickly go out and grab all that awesome data for each and every one of those shops. You can quickly do some more research on. Now, I do want to show you this content extractor, link extractor. This is the same thing as we had in the product search, but it's for the shop. So check this out. So if you go here, let's clear this out here. here. Inside here, we can, as long as you put any content in here that contains shop links, then you can actually get that data. So let me show you how to do that a couple different ways. So on Etsy, show it here, say you just go to etsy.com, and let's say we want to search for forged. And you can see at the very bottom that they offer this option here, find shop names. So, and in here, let's say, for example, you wanted to examine all of these shops. So what you can do, you can go right click, view source, again, select all with Control A, right click and copy. And go back over here and paste and hit extract links. It grabs all the shop links it found on that page. Now we can extract the data for what it found. Pretty cool. Another way to do that is, like I showed in the other video, you can use a powerful search engine like Google. So you got to remember the actual format of what a link looks like. So that's what an Etsy shop link looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this part without the actual shop name, and I'm just going to copy that, Control C on my keyboard. Go back to Google and I'm going to type the word in site, colon. I'm just going to paste that here, but I actually don't want this part. Let's take that part out of there. I just want etsy.com/shop, and another slash, and I can do a space, and let's just type in forged again, another. So I'm going to put double quotes around that because I'm telling Google, hey, look, I only want results from this site that will contain this exact link to the page. So I'm only interested in seeing shop links. That's what we're telling Google. And I only want to see shop links that are indexed in Google that have the word forged, and they must have the word forged because I put double quotes around it. Let's go ahead and search that. And just like that, it pulled back 7,000 results. Pretty awesome, right? So we can just do the same thing here. Right click, view source, Control A on my keyboard, Control C on my keyboard. We'll copy it to my clipboard. If you're on a Mac, it's Command A and Command C. Go back over here. I'm just going to go click content, clear this out, then paste, extract links, and just adds them over. Now there's 107, so I'm going to go ahead and extract all of them. And you can see how incredibly fast it was to basically get all of the top Etsy shops out of Google. And now I can analyze all the data for each and every one of those shops just like that. And now, boom, I can go ahead and sort by the most valuable data that I need. For example, number of hearts, sales, reviews. Very, very powerful. Now I want to talk about the Shop Analyzer tool within Craft Inspector, as you can see here. So all you have to do is just enter in a shop name right up here, and then Craft Inspector will go out and analyze all the sections and the products for that entire shop. So let me show you how that works. First, what I want to do actually, just head on over to Shop Search, or you can do it in Product Search as well. But let's say in Shop Search, you're searching for something to do with, look for shops that contain the word shirt in their name. So maybe you're a print-on-demand shirt designer, and that's what you do. You sell that kind of stuff on the internet, and you want to do some research using Etsy, or maybe you actually have your own Etsy shop, and that's what you're doing. But let's just take a look, and what you can do is you can search by the number of sections or items and sections and whatever you want to do, and do all your filtering and whatnot. Now let's say, for example, I want to investigate, let's look at one that doesn't have too many items, so we can just show how it works. So let's look at this one here. It has 77 items and 9 shop sections. So if I just double click that, what we do is you right click and you can send that over to the Shop Analyzer. And you can see it puts the name in there, and now we can go ahead and analyze. So now what it's doing, it went out and it grabbed all this important information here. So the name, the owner, the number of listings, the sections, the number of hearts the shop has, sales, reviews, location, title, and also if there's any external links given for that particular shop. Now it does what it does. So it grabs all of the data, and what it's doing, it's grabbing the information from each and every one of the products within all the sections of their store. Now it does take a while if you have a lot of products in the store, but you do have the options up here to, if you only want to look at, say, the first 5 pages of products on the given store and not all of them. So if they had, say, like 20,000 products, you probably only want to look at like the first 100 or 200 products or something like that. And that's what you'd want to do there. But now that we have everything in here, we have all that awesome data that we can get from the product search, but now we have it all in here. Now I want to show you some of the extra things you can do in here. You can still do the stuff like you can view the images directly within the actual grid if you want. You can also preview them in HTML table. So you can just hover over and look at all the products as usual. And you can also do the feed as well. So you can see in the feed option. Now here's another really powerful feature in here. You can group the actual data by shop section. To do that, now you can see each shop section. So now you can see in here we've got botanicals, monograms, and initials, Mother's Day, and then to give you a summary underneath of that section. So let's say we want to analyze the Retro Cities collection. So you select that, and you can see all the different things underneath. But what's awesome is you can see the average price, the average rating, the average hearts per item, and you get that data right away just by looking at it when it's grouped. So you can see all, and you can sort within each group if you'd like. But here's something really cool. So let's say, for example, you're interested in seeing everything in this particular group, the retro states collection. And what you want to do actually is you want to like analyze the tags. So over here, what you can do is you can go analyze and select product tags. And now I can analyze the product tags for that entire section within that store. So now we're really pinpointing some really powerful information here. We can see that the word retro and cotton and vintage, these words occurred like a lot, almost actually 100% of all the listings those words occurred in, giving it a certain amount of hearts per tag, which gives you an idea of how valuable that actual tag can be in the marketing of that product. Now, these tags can also be very valuable information just for researching keyword ideas and things like that for your actual niche. If you're selling outside of Etsy on e-com sites or something like that, or even like print-on-demand sites like Teespring or Gearbubble. So these kind of things really help try to pinpoint awesome information. And you also can look at the keywords within the product titles as well. And I'm not sure if you could see there, but it's down there. Analyze product titles. So we're just looking at that one section. It just looks at the products that we have selected. Selected is the ones that have the checkbox. So now we can play with the words here. We can analyze the words in the titles, which is also very important. So we can look at different combinations, a number of words. So if you do like 3 words and generate, it shows you all the frequency of 3-word combinations that occur in all of those titles and gives you this valuable information like how many average hearts per word combination is there. So you can see retro style vintage look. These happen 100% in all those listings in that particular section. Now, if we ungroup, of course, we can do all sections. If you select everything. We can also analyze all of the product tags across the entire store, every product listed in all sections. That's very powerful. You can also analyze all the product titles all the way up to 10 words. So this particular 10-word sequence here occurred 10 times, which is 13% of all the titles had that long word in it. So in the titles, that's pretty cool. So you can really pinpoint how valuable certain words are sort of in the product titles as well as the tags to help you in your research. Now I do have another one open here that analyzed a shop with much more items. So this one had 20 sections, 564 active listings, and these are all the web links. So you can quickly use those links to go research a little bit more about the company, about how the shop advertises in different locations like Facebook. You can look at their posts. So it's a lot of very valuable information that you can collect from the software. And of course you can group this whole thing just like before. And now we can see the most hearts, like this section here, birthday boy shirts got the most hearts. Hearts is a very strong indicator of how many sales they're getting, because usually people only leave a heart after they buy something. So now we could go into this section here and we can analyze all of those product tags and start to uncover why those products are doing so well. We can also preview them in the feed or wherever you'd like. You see just how awesome it is. You can sort it by sales. And as before, you can save all of this data to a file, a CSV file, a text file. You can export it to the interactive data files, HTML table or feed files. And like I mentioned before in the videos, you can be able to actually deliver these to your clients if you're doing research on behalf of clients. And of course, just like before, you can do all of the filtering and whatnot. Now, if you want to view this on Etsy, you can just click this button right here in view. You can view their store directly there. And let's say you had a file saved for a long time and you want to refresh all the data just in case they changed anything. What you can do is load the file. So if you saved it, if I save this file, clear it all out, say later on in a couple weeks or a month or something like that, you go and load that file back up. But I want to get updated of all of the latest data for these products. What you do is use the more data button. You select extract data for all rows, and it'll go back out and it'll start extracting all the data, each of those rows. So it's doing it right now in behind the scenes. You can see here it's gone through. You're not seeing anything change on the screen because we just generated the file and there's nothing changed right now. But anyhow, stop that execution there. So whenever you see an execution happening, you'll see that little bar come up here and a little stop. You just click that to stop the execution, basically the extraction. And that's basically it for this tool. It's very powerful and you'll find it's very easy to use, and you can really dig into why shops are doing so well and so successful. And you can try to model what other shops are doing in your e-com business. You know, you may not be running an Etsy store, but this data is so valuable for things like understanding what to price your products, how much to pay for shipping, what products are getting the really good high ratings, and why. You can really dig in and see why those things are happening by using this particular tool. I decided to make a separate little video here that will just talk about the tag analyzer. So that tag analyzer tool is accessible through the product search at the very bottom here. You'll see analyzed. You got analyzed product tags here, as well as in the shop analyzer, you have the analyzed product tags here as well. So let's just start in the product search. And the purpose of the tag analyzer is to analyze the tags that are given for each product. Now in Etsy allows you to use up to, I believe it is 13 tags to enter into your listing. And these tags are kind of like the lifeblood of how to get traffic on Etsy. Now you may not have a shop on Etsy and you're just using this software to research for your own e-commerce business. That's cool. But being able to analyze what these tags are is very important, because these tags are not just any ordinary tags. This is how basically Etsy looks at these tags in listings, and they use these tags in order to show your listings in the results when people search on Etsy. So this is, like I said, the lifeblood. And these are so important. So people have gone to great extent, I mean massive extent, to find the perfect tags in order so that their products will show up really high in the search results on Etsy. So they've already done the research, and I've provided a tool that can help you further analyze that incredible research that everyone's already done for you. So when you've done your searching and found your products and whatnot in the product search tool here, you'll get all these results. Now what you can do is you can start analyzing these tags. So you can just analyze all of them, or you can just the ones you want to look at. You just select the rows that you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and select all of them. Of course, you may have other ideas, like say you have 2,000 items in here and you want to only look at ones that have a certain price, have a high rating, more reviews, things like that. But for example purposes, I'm just going to select them all. Now you go analyze and analyze product tags. And so here's the tag analyzer tool. So what it's doing, it goes out and it finds all the tags, and then it finds the number of times that a particular tag has occurred in the listings that we selected here. And you can see it occurred 23 times, nearly 50%. So 47.9% of the listings contained the word t-shirt, T-shirt. And this tells you how many hearts per tag, the average hearts per tag. So on a given product over here, you'll see that this product got 98 hearts. Now, if this particular tag, t-shirt, was actually in the tag list in here for that product, then that number of hearts per tag will be taken in consideration. So it gives you an idea of sort of how valuable an actual tag can be. So you can see here, what you want to do is you look at tags that occur quite a bit, that have a high average hearts per tag. So you look at like this one here, 6 times, 52 hearts per tag. Obviously shirt you'd think would be a good word to have. Obviously that's what it's proving here. Graphic tees seems to be another one that's very popular in here, because it has 140 hearts per tag. It only showed 5 times, but still it shows promise that it could be a really good tag to use, or a keyword to use in your marketing. And you also have the options to search in here if you want to search for different filters, just like before. As you search there, as you type, it'll search real time. So you have those options as well, and you can go ahead and you can save this to a data file, CSV. You save the tags to CSV and text. You can copy all the tags, copy selected tags. You got all sorts of stuff you can do here. And same when you right click, you got all that access to that stuff as well. Another place you can use the tags, as I mentioned, is over in the shop analyzer. It becomes very useful in here as well. So in the shop analyzer, if you haven't watched the other video yet, just go ahead and watch that to understand how to use it. But I'm just going to jump right in, and I've already analyzed a particular shop here that had 564 listings and 20 shop sections. And in here you can group by the shop sections. So now we can see each section and some average information about. So you got the average price of all the items in this particular section. There's 40 items in this section, the birthday boy shirts, the average rating, the average hearts. So now we have all this valuable information. But what's really interesting is, say, you're selling print on demand shirts online and you want to look at more examples or more research. So let's take a look and research this particular section. So just click in there, it'll automatically select all the items within that section. And now we can go analyze the product tags. Now for that particular section, now we can see the top tags in that section. This one here, birthday shirt, occurred 29 times, almost 75% of the listings contain that tag. How many hearts per tag? So the same as before, but now it becomes very valuable, because now you can actually start to analyze individual sections of a shop. This is very hard to do manually, and in here it's so quick and so easy. And of course you can ungroup and you can select all the tags of the entire shop, and then you can analyze everything. As you can see here, there was There's a lot of sections. There's 564 products, 20 sections. Funny kids shirt occurred 181 times. 32% of the time of the listings contain that actual tag. So now you can really pinpoint. And as I mentioned before, this shop owner probably went to great extents, to a great extent, trying to figure out what is the best tags it's going to bring the most traffic and money to their shop. So they've done the research. Now we're uncovering the top tags that they already researched. This data is more valuable than you can ever imagine. And so this is what this tool will uncover for you. And if you're doing this research for clients, you can deliver this information to them by a comma delimited file. So again, this is absolutely valuable information. And that's how you use the the tag analyzer within the Craft Inspector software. Another very important tool in here is a tool that can analyze the keywords within the titles of the products. Now, as important as the as the tag keywords, the keywords in your titles are also equally very important. Well, maybe not equally, but also very, very important. So we've developed a tool in here called to analyze keywords in the product titles. So what you want to do first, you got to select the products you want to analyze, the product titles. So let's go ahead and just select them all, and you go analyze product keywords. Analyze keywords in product titles. And I do want to mention that this tool is also available in the shop analyzer. Well, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's do this first. So let's go ahead and analyze all the keywords in the product titles. And what it does here, it finds all of the word combinations, the frequency of how many times a word combination occurs in all of those titles. So I have it set to one word. So this particular word shirt occurred 30 times in all those titles, which was 62.5% of all the titles, and an average of 0 heart per title, which isn't very good. But let's go and look at, usually one word doesn't give you much insight. Let's go to like 3 words. So these are all the 3-word combinations that occurred in all of the different titles that we see here. So now we can start to see some valuable information. So how many times this occurred, how many hearts per listing, which didn't come up with much on the first one there. It's because we don't actually have that many products in there. That's the issue. Okay. Anyhow, there's not much products here in my list, so you're not getting a lot of data here. But just so you understand, you could see the percentages of the given keyword combination that occur in those titles, the average heart per keyword combination, which kind of gives you an idea of the value of that actual keyword set, that keyword combination, because usually people leave hearts when they buy something. So it kind of resembles purchases a little bit, but not exactly. But it still gives you sort of a scale, an idea. This is 200, almost 300 hearts per set. Of course, it only happened twice. You need more data to get better insights, but still, this is going to be a lot more valuable than something that it gets nothing. So that's the idea. And you can also save this data to project files, comma delimited text. You can save the keywords to a comma delimited file, like spreadsheet files, and also text. You can copy them to your clipboard and so forth. Same with when you right click. So this is similar to the tag analyzer, but this analyzes the keywords in the product titles. And the same goes for the shop analyzer, which is really valuable. Like say, for example, you group it by the sections and you want to look at a given section like Daddy and Me shirt sets. So I just want to look in this particular section and I want to analyze the keywords in the product titles for that section only. So Daddy and Me occurred 19 times, has an average of 2 hearts per keyword combination. Not really that much. You can look at other ones here that occurred lots, like this one here, or baby bodysuit, shirts, daddy, and of course, like say for example, if you don't want to see the word and, you can actually use the stop words up here if you'd like. These words will not appear in the word combination, things that don't make sense. Like you can always play around with this with actual stop words database by entering what you want in here, or if you do not want to use it, you can just select it off and it'll just give you all the words. And that's basically how you can utilize this. It's very powerful. And if we go in, let's say for example, ungroup, and let's select all. If we want to see, there's 564 products here. Let's take a look at the number one 3-word combination. 176 times that combination occurred, 31%. So now we can really dig into which keywords are doing really well for these particular listings. And these keywords are very important for you as a marketer as well. If you're selling on Etsy, obviously you can use these types of keywords or similar keywords in your product listings, or if you're just in e-commerce or doing research for other people, these words are extremely valuable for putting in product titles, in keyword sections, tag sections, all sorts of stuff across all sorts of different platforms like Shopify or WooCommerce or whatever whatever you're using. So that's very valuable information for you to use. And this tool will definitely help you increase getting more traffic and more eyeballs on your e-com products when you're using the right keywords that are already proven to do well by analyzing the data using this pretty awesome tool. So that's it for this video. It's fairly self-explanatory. Go ahead and try it out for yourself and see if you can uncover those awesome top profitable keyword combinations for your product titles. Here I want to talk about how to sort and use custom filters as well as the column filters, otherwise known as quick filters. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So in order to sort a column, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just go ahead and just click the very top column there and you can sort. Now we also have multi-column sorting. So let's say, for example, you want to sort by rating, and you see there's 5 ratings. I got 992 items in here. I did a big long search for the word shirt on Etsy. But first I'm going to sort here. Now if you hold down your shift key and you sort another column, it'll sort the items within all the 5 ratings just got sorted. So within the 5 ratings, I can see this is the one that has the largest shipping, price plus shipping. So you can do a multi-sort as well. It's pretty awesome. Then you can use the handy little quick filters here. So whatever you want to do, like if you want to come over here and you want to search the titles, you click here and you start typing. And as you type, it'll just go ahead and filter all of them really fast. You can see how fast that is. It does it as it types. So you know, it's nearly 1,000 items in there. And you can come over here and search price and do the number columns will show up like this, and they give you a set of predefined quick filters. Now if you're not satisfied with what you see in here, you want to try something else, you can always manually do it up here. So let's say you want to see less than $35, you know, apply like that. You can also clear out columns and you have almost filters on each and every column. Now there's also an option to use custom filters. And to use custom filters, you just go down here and click the filters button, and it brings up this filter window where you can define your own custom filter. So you can come in here and you can select whatever you want. So let's say, for example, the say price, I want it to be less than $30. Now you can go apply. And as you use quick filters as well, they'll automatically just show up in there. You can see them here. Sorry. And another thing you can do is you can save your custom filters to a custom filter file. So check this out. You go save it to your computer, and let's go and just clear out the filters here. And let's say we have a large piece of data and we have a certain filters we always love using. We can go open, and you can open that filter file and apply. And there's another way to do that as well. So clear out the filters here. You can also go right click filters, load filter file. And as soon as you load it, boom, it does it for you. Pretty awesome. So that's another way to do filters. And the custom filters and filters are all in all the tools. So in the keyword generator tool, product search, the shop search, and the shop analyzer all have their own sets of filters, and you can actually see them. So if you have the filter window open, and it will kind of stay over top all the time. Let's say we have some filters here, so that one there. This is the product search, but as soon as you move over to the, say, the shop search, it'll automatically update. Now we're on the shop search, and if we have a filter in here, you'd see it. So if you go back to the product search, and you'll see it change to the filters in that one, then the filters in the shop search, shop analyzer, and each data grid will have its own set of filter files. So the filter file for a product search is different than the filter file for a shop search. It's simply because the data within these grids is different than the data in the product search. And same with the shop analyzer. This data grid's a little bit different than the other one, so it has its own filter file as well. It's actually quite easy to use, pretty self-explanatory, and it's a really nice way to get to the data you really want really fast by using custom filters. I thought I'd add this little short video and quickly show you how to view your data using the HTML tables and HTML feeds. I know I've shown it through other videos, but I thought I'd just make a quick little one here. And when you have your data inside the product search or the shop search or the shop analyzer, what you can do at the very bottom, you're going to see preview. So you can preview the actual items in a table view. So if you click there, you can see it in a nice table view. It's taking a bit to download because there was actually 992 products there. It's quite a bit. Let that finish there. There it is. And now you can do things like sort. You can just browse your mouse over top of the images and see the larger versions of them. You can also search as you type. That's pretty cool. And you can see all the data that you can get inside the software in here as well. The other report type you can view is the feed format. Now I know there's a lot in here, so I'm going to try something here. Let's do, I only want to look at the ones that have a rating of greater than 4.8. Oh, there's quite a bit. How about something else here? Hearts greater than 500. How about 300? 100. There we go. So we come up with 73. Now let's look at the feed. Now we can sort and view the products in a whole different view. This is kind of like Pinterest style or Facebook, I guess, but you can see all the information in here, and it tells you whether or not it's a bestseller and a few other different things. Pretty awesome. So you can see the ratings, the price, shop sales, reviews, hearts, shirts, how many are in basket. It's a different way of viewing it very quickly. Of course, all the links are active. You click on it, you go to the shirt page and go to the shop, and you can sort by clicking these buttons up here, by the hearts, by the price, the rating, how many in basket. You can also do real-time searching as well, and it also highlights the word for you. So that's a nice little report. And you can also do it, like I said, for the shop search as well. See in the shop, all the shop images inside of a feed as well. And of course, you can do it in the shop analyzer as well. So it's just two really powerful ways to view all the images stuff within a nice report. You also have the option to click the show images button up here, which will show images for each of the different tools as well. So you can view the images within the grid. But again, this sort of depends a bit on your internet connection. If it's have a little bit of problems or something like that, it might have a few hiccups, but you always have the other options to preview the items in HTML table or feed. In this video, I'm going to show you how to save all your data to files for yourself, or if you're actually doing research on behalf of your client and you want to deliver reports to them, certain data reports, things like that you want to deliver to them. So let's go through each of the tools and show you how to do that. So we're just in the keyword generator tool here, and under each tool, you're going to have a file button. So you can click the file button and you can save the file button or save the data to comma delimited file, which can be opened up in Google Spreadsheets or Microsoft Excel, something like that. Save it to a text file. You can also just save just the keywords and save the keywords to text. So let's start doing that. So let's say we save it to comma delimited file. Save it here. And if we want to go to where we saved that file, you can click the file button and you will see an option down there. Go to last working folder. Last working folder means where did you last save a file or last open a file. Do that, and there it is. And we can take a look at this in Microsoft Excel, and then it will give you all your data that you've collected here. Now you can deliver that report to your clients. Now, if you haven't seen the keyword generator video yet, then go ahead and watch that. And there's also a video on how to get keyword search volume by using this tool here, but I'm not going to go over that in this one. But now you can also save just the keywords, say, to a text file. And looking at, was it? Oh, that's right there. Then we can go modified keywords. We have it into a text file. So that's how you can deliver the keywords to your clients, or save it to your own computer. And if you want to save just for your own information, the best way to do that is save as a project file. So if we save this as a project file, and if this was all cleared out, you come back in here, you load in the project file, and the project file is only specific to this tool. So in other words, you can't open this project file within, say, like the product search tool. So going on the product search tool, you also have the options to save this data to a project file. Same thing, comma delimited and text file. So we can do comma delimited as well, and it will save all of that data. And this is a quite extensive list of all that data that you want to see, and you can give that all to your client or save it for yourself. You can also save it to a text file. Now you can also save interactive data to HTML files. Now these are really important files that you can deliver to your clients, or obviously use them for yourself. And what they are is basically when you click preview and do this here, you can see all the products in this really nice HTML kind of page where you can hover your mouse over top, you can sort the columns, you can even search. This is a self-contained HTML file that you can actually deliver just like any other file, like a Word document or a PDF or anything like that. And in my opinion, this particular file is far more effective than delivering a PDF, because in a PDF, you can't sort. You can't hover your mouse over and look at larger images. You can't instantly search as you type. So as you type, it actually filters out the data and sorting and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that in a PDF file. There's not really an interactive PDF file like this. So this is really awesome. And also I've created another way. You can do a feed file. So in here, you actually see it in a card view as you move. It's pretty cool. And you can deliver this file just like any other file as well. So let me show you how to do that. So if you want to do that, you go File, Export, Interactive HTML file, and we want to save it. I'll save it as, let's call it my table report. And let's save the, let's save the feed one. Let's call it my feed report. And if we go to where we save them, you can see them here. These are the two files that we created. And all you have to do is deliver that file to your customer. And it's no different than delivering like a CSV file. You can just attach it to an email, and when your customer gets it, they'll get it in the email or wherever. And all they have to do is just double click that file, and it will just open up in their default web browser. And as long as they have an internet connection, they'll be able to see all this stuff and click the links and go out and see everything. So it's pretty deadly. It's pretty awesome little report that you can deliver. And to deliver them, you can zip them up if you want. In Windows, you can go right click and you can use like a zip program like 7-Zip. 7-Zip. I use 7-Zip. It's free. Just get a quick look here. If you go to 7-zip.org, you can download it here if you've got 32-bit Windows or 64-bit, and download it and install it. And once you have it, you can right click and go add to a zip file. And now I can deliver this to my customer. Or let's say I want to deliver the feed, the table, the products, the keywords. I'll select them all like that. I was just holding down the control key on my keyboard to select them individually. Right click 7-Zip and it'll create a folder, and you can name that whatever you want. So you can right click and you can rename that to client data, something like that. And then you deliver that file to them, and inside that zip file they have all that stuff. So it's pretty awesome. So moving on, you also have the shop search. In here you also have the option to do the same idea. You can save to text file, export interactive HTML table and feed, and of course the shop analyzer, you also have the same idea. So that's how you basically save your files and open them. It's quite simple, not too difficult, I hope, and you can deliver those files to your customers and clients.